Hello, are you doing this one thing and it's costing you at least $100 every shopping trip? I'm telling you, if you stick to your list, this is costing you big money. Now, I know a lot of people like the idea of writing a list and sticking to it when you go to the grocery store. But let me tell you, that can be costing you a lot of money, right?
Yes.
This is an example. I went to the grocery store the other day and they had French bread for 27 cents a loaf. Yes, in 2025, it was only 27 cents a loaf. So since I had some room in my freezer, I stocked up and got several loaves and put it in my freezer. So I just saved myself probably $10 right there by not sticking to my list. I didn't need French bread, but guess what? I just adapted what meals I was going to eat around the French bread. So instead of making regular pizza, make French bread pizza. Make French toast out of it instead of making it out of regular bread at home. Make, what was it we had the other night? French dip. Instead of some other dinner with our roast. When I made the stew with the leftover roast, I used the French bread to dip the soup part of our stew. So by sticking to your list and not using or taking advantage of the clearance items, the clearance meats, breads, all of those things, you could be costing yourself hundreds of dollars a month. So what are the things that I look for that are on clearance? Breads, all the time. Now, I personally don't buy the donuts and the French bread and all that until it's on clearance. I will admit that my children do not take after their mother. So if they feel like having a box of donuts, they'll just get a brand new box of donuts. But they're not in debt. They're paying all their own bills. So I'm okay with it.
Yep.
But usually for me, so if you see one of my children walking out of the store with the full price, or if I'm walking out of the store with full price, I'm probably buying it for my children because they said, hey, Mom, you're at Walmart. Can you pick this up?
Well, and usually because they've gotten kind of pricey, it's sort of a little bit of a benefit for some sort of helping over the top
or
kind of way.
Or if I buy it as a treat, if they've gone above and beyond the Call of Duty, I will buy them something like that. The other thing I look for is my Walmart specifically has a clearance aisle where they always put stuff down. Now they have those little digital price things, and they will change the price right on that little digital thing, and you'll know why or what the lower price is right there. And usually the new little digital ones are right. But I'll tell you guys, take a picture. The other day I went to go get peaches and they were 83 cents. The sign said 83 cents, but they rang up as 97 because they just hadn't changed the ad for the next day. So I do the same thing with the clearance. There was Link sausage. $3.50 is what the sign said. I went up there and it rang up $3.97. I was like, no, I don't think so. And then she went back and looked and she's like, I was lying. And she's like, no, that's what they were listed on the shelf. I said, no, they were not. So then I trucked right back there and showed her it's on an end cap right here on the freezer section or fridge section. Oh, so then she's talking to the meat guy because he was there and she was like, well, why is it like this? He said, well, I don't know. I guess somebody forgot to change the sign. I'm not going around changing signs at Walmart, people. I know some people do that, but I don't. So I always take a picture to prove if it's a clearance thing that has been marked down. And they still have those totes marked down at Walmart for $9 instead of $15. And I'm just tempted to buy a whole bunch, but I don't know what we'd. Yes, I don't know what we'd use them for.
I don't know. Sometimes there are things like that.
It looks handy. So anyway, I will take pictures of that. What other food items? Milk. Some stores will mark down their eggs, like if one egg is cracked in a dozen. I know our friend Economides, their store used to do that. Those are mostly grocery stores. I don't know that Walmart will do that necessarily.
Our Economides friends are America's Cheapest Family.
America's Cheapest Family, yep. The meat section always gets marked down. Guys, check the date, but they cannot sell it past the sell by date. The sell by date means you have 3 to 4 more days after that to either use it up or put it in the freezer. If you have one that's not dead like ours. But I digress. So those are the things I check. I do not stick with my list. I don't know that I have ever gone to the store and just stuck to my list. And because of that, I still only spend about $400 a month on groceries. Now, my family is shrinking now, so it used to be $400 for 6 of us. Now it's $400 for 4 of us, give or take, depending on who's home eating. And I have been buying a lot of specialized food, like I've been eating a lot of fish and shrimp, more expensive meats. So I'm not eating cheap by any means. I'm special tortillas that are $8 a package for 8 of them, which is ridiculous, but they're really good. So anyway, that is the way that I save. I'll have Mike send me comments or questions, guys. Our Christmas in July sale ends today. We wish you a Merry Christmas in July. We wish you a Merry Christmas in July, right?
Yep.
Diane Dine Volume 1, Volume 2. Easy recipes get you in and out of the kitchen quick.
We should have screened It's a Wonderful Life for Christmas in July.
We should have. Some of the recipes have full color pictures. We don't have them on every single one because our book would be huge. This is 600 pages for Volume 1, 400 and some odd pages for Volume 2, and then my green one is gluten-free, dairy-free edition. If you're gluten-free and dairy-free like me, guys, up to 40% off right now for, oh my goodness, I'm shedding.
Well,
for a Christmas in July sale at livingonadime.com.
And if you're buying pre-made gluten-free things, you need that book. It will save you so much money, and it's really good. Actually, I always say it, but I love the brownies in that book better than the ones with gluten in them in the other book.
Yeah.
They're just so delicious.
It's pretty funny, actually. All right. Well, Mike's getting me the comments and questions for us to get going. Nathaniel has a question. He says, drum roll, please. Hi, Tara. I'm requesting a video addressing the entitlement of people mooching off the welfare system. Seems like people are losing their minds over cuts to these programs, yet they don't understand that this is for able-bodied people who refuse to get their life in order. I would love to see Tara rant about this, LOL, and for you to have a get it together people moment. Anyway, just a suggestion for a video topic or even future live streams.
Well, I think Nathaniel
Thank you, Nathaniel, for watching.
I think he's disabled as well. So I think that's why he particularly was asking you to comment on that.
Yeah. All right. I don't even know where to start on that one.
Get it together, people. Whoops.
Okay. I'm just shaking my head. Okay. First of all, I 100% agree with everything they're doing with that. They are not taking Medicaid away from people who are disabled. They are not taking Medicaid away from moms who are just recently divorced or anything like that. This is my understanding of it. They're taking it away from able-bodied people who should be working or could be working.
A lot of them are 20-something guys who came out of COVID time and just aren't very confident about life. So it's easier to do that than go get some kind of job.
Now,
Yeah.
Amazing Grace has had 4 ads already. She's missing what you're saying. I'm sorry, Amazing Grace. I don't know. We've got it set on the lowest setting.
We can't turn them off,
So-
but we can turn them to, like, it says conservative. I'm going to check and make sure, but it seems like conservative may be getting to be less conservative.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Amazon and a lot of those places are doing that, and Netflix
Yeah.
and those places, they're just adding more ads because people are still tolerating it.
I'm really sorry, guys.
But I'm sorry. Yeah, we don't like them either, and that's why I always set it to
Conservative.
conservative. Yeah.
All right. So what do I think about these welfare people griping about losing their Medicaid? Okay, I did see one video on this, and it was a lady saying she was losing her Medicaid because her husband is disabled and she stays home with her kid. Okay. Unless your husband has a disability where he can't lift up your kid or for whatever reason can't take care of it, the husband needs to be just watching the kid at home while the mom is working. I'm sorry. If she's able-bodied and able to work. I would say they need to have a rule that if you get on Medicaid and welfare and you are on Medicaid and welfare and you get pregnant, you don't get any more benefits or any more Medicaid or anything like that. I'm sorry. But you have a choice before you get pregnant, whether or not to be doing things that cause you to get pregnant. There is no inalienable right to be having fun in the evening or any other time, if you get my drift. So these people are just popping out kids to get a whole bunch of welfare. That's just ridiculous. Now, I will say, though, that thanks to Obama for completely screwing up our bad medical system to begin with and making it even worse.
It wasn't that bad to begin with.
It wasn't. Not compared to what Obama's done since then. And believe me, we have had to access the medical system for a lot of things since this has happened. And it's way worse now than it was. And so I can understand, because I personally know people who are working and cannot afford medical insurance. They just have to go bankrupt if they have a major medical problem. And that is just absolutely wrong. That's absolutely wrong. So I do think that if they are working, there needs to be some kind of, well, no, it's just not fair. Like, even for us, why should we have to pay $1,500 a month with a $9,000 deductible per person just because we earn more? But unless you can completely revamp the entire medical system, which is never going to happen now, you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, which is exactly where Obama wanted us, because they want us to go to a socialist country. That's exactly system. That's exactly the plan that they want for us to do. And they're trying to set that up, and they're doing a good job getting it set up. And we just have to understand that we're going there. But do people deserve to have their Medicaid and their food stamps and their welfare and all that? No, they don't. I have no problem helping out people who need help. But that kind of stuff needs to go to the seniors, the people who are disabled, maybe moms who are recently separated with kids at home. But really, 6 to 9 months, and then mom needs to be working probably. Or maybe a year if it's a newborn or something like that. But there's no reason for able-bodied people to be just getting free medical. And, you guys stop listening. I'm not saying Nathaniel, you're listening to this stuff. Or stop believing everything you hear. They make it sound like this new requirement is just going to have people in the despairs of poverty because they took away their medical.
Yeah, well, that's a political ploy specifically described in a specific political document, a book about how to take over your country with a specific political agenda, which if I mentioned it probably would be snipped. But anyway, to make things more like the Soviet Union. And that document says basically put all sorts of propaganda out there to get people afraid of everything that you want them to not have.
Yeah.
So,
and I have no problem with people who are disabled getting these things. I have no problem at all with that. So, but I will say that, oh shoot, there was something along those lines that just left my brain. Oh crud, maybe it'll come back to me. Oh shoot, that's gonna drive me crazy now because it was something I really wanted to say. Crud. If I'm talking, I'll try and write myself a note next time. But I have no problem with people getting those things if they have disability, or maybe if it's a single mom who's just gotten gone. But if you're just a single mom and not married and you get pregnant, I'm sorry. Why am I paying for your medical care? Because you can't keep your desires in check? I shouldn't be. And the same goes with diabetes. Oh, man, I'm hitting hard, aren't I? If you're on diabetes, type 2 diabetes is pretty much 100% preventable. Pretty much 100%. You can sit there and argue with me all you want. I know there's going to be, well, my mom's 134 pounds and has type 2 diabetes. I know I'm going to get those people. I know there's always the exception. But as a general rule, type 2 diabetes is preventable. Lung cancer is preventable for the majority of people who get it. Not everyone, but the majority of people who get it. Lung cancer is the #1 cancer because people are smoking. Why am I paying for your medical treatment if you chose to ruin your health? Nancy says Tara will wake Mike at 2 a.m. and tell him what she remembered. I know I will. It was a meme it was a reel or something that I saw, and I thought, oh, I got to comment on that. And I can't remember what it was now. It was something political, and I was thinking about not believing. Oh, I almost have it. It's like right here on the edge of my brain. I can see the lady, and I still can't remember. And I got it. Here, I'm writing it down just in case. Okay. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. Oh, man. You want to hear a rant? I about reached through the computer and was about to choke some stupid reporter on CNN it was PBS, wasn't it?
I have no idea what you're talking
They're
about.
cutting NPR and PBS, which they should be. And do you know what they were saying about NPR and PBS?
Oh, that.
They said, oh my goodness, yes, get it together, people. You know what they said? They said, well, how are people who live in rural communities supposed to get their news if they don't have NPR or PBS or know what's going on in the world? Are you kidding me? This is 2025.
Well, and the phrasing was kind of like the stupid people out in the
How are
rural
these
areas like
little
us.
hicks in the backwoods supposed to know the truth about who's running for president? How are these hicks in the backwoods supposed to know when something bad is happening? Oh my goodness. 95% of the United States has cell phone coverage now. Even if you don't have radio coverage, you don't need NPR and PBS anymore. I'm sorry. Mike worked for PBS. We know exactly what goes on behind PBS's doors. And it is liberal propaganda all the way. There is absolutely nothing balanced about NPR or PBS.
People like it because, particularly NPR, they talk really calm and quiet like this as they tell you the things they want to tell you. And because it sounds so calm and collected, certain people think that that means it's authoritative.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Well,
it's the same thing with the welfare. Well, what are these people going to do if they can't get... I get it. The medical system is completely screwed up now. I totally get it. But there are a lot of options. We probably have 10 cash paid nurse practitioners here in our town that you can go pay $100 and they will take care of 90% of the things that you need taken care of. You can go and drive. Now in Wyoming, I get it, I'm in Wyoming, but you can go drive 2 hours and get a $250 ultrasound instead of a $2,500 ultrasound here at the hospital that is run by a corporation here. So there are options. And it's the same thing with the stupid NPR and PBS. It's absolutely ridiculous. Tell them, okay, this is Mike's story.
Nathaniel says, you've said everything I've been thinking as someone who's disabled myself. I understand someone who is truly disabled from birth, but you do your best.
Exactly. And I've been on disability since I was 19. But guess what? I keep figuring out ways to improve my life. I literally can't get off a disability because of the way it's structured. That's fine. We make enough money now that my check is very little. I don't hardly ever use the medical because I'm doing everything I do is functional medicine, almost, not everything, but almost everything. The majority of the $100,000 plus that we've spent in the last 10, 15 years trying to help me feel better, that was almost all functional medicine because regular doctors just don't know what to do with you. So Cindy says, isn't Canada's taxes about 50% but offer free healthcare? Yeah, it's not free. We have friends who immigrated from Canada to the United States, and they said they got the same income, but their take-home pay went home 25% because they weren't paying so much in taxes to pay for the health care.
Take-home pay did what?
Went up 25%.
Is that all?
Yeah. She said that it was about 50% in taxes, and then it was only 25% when they came.
Okay.
Well, that's what she told me.
Well, that would mean that their pay went up 33%. It's just a math thing. It's fine. Go ahead.
You get what I'm saying.
It went up a lot. It went up more is what I'm saying.
It was way worth it for them to immigrate here and pay for all of that. So Always Be Kind says functional medicine can't do heart surgery. I totally understand that. And that's why I am saying that there are things where the medical system is just completely messed up, which you can thank Obama for. You can absolutely thank him for that. But I'm not saying it was terrific beforehand either. But I'm telling you, if everything went cash in the United States,
the prices would come way down. It would come way down. It would
cost you $20 to go for a 15-minute doctor visit.
Cheap to go to the doctor, yeah. And that's why we use a health share, because for us to have that insurance, we would have to pay $18,000 a year just to have the privilege of saying that we're covered. Then we'd have to pay $9,000 for each person before it would cover the first dollar. So there's no way we'd get any treatment without spending $27,000 first. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. So we have a health share, and I intentionally picked one that doesn't cover anything until $1,000 because it makes the cost so low to have it, because people that are on it can't claim anything unless they get $1,000 on one particular issue.
And I think that's good. I think if every person had to pay $1,000 before their insurance kicked in, that would be a really good system to have.
It's more like what they sometimes used to refer to as catastrophic. It's where you just pay your bills. And then if you have something that you just can't afford because you need a new liver, well, I guess livers don't get replaced, do they? Anyway, you have some
liver transplant,
catastrophic problem like a kidney or something major that's going to be $500,000 in the hospital, then it covers that. But for normal things like going to the doctor for a checkup or going to the emergency room because you have a headache or something like that, those things you would pay for yourself. So then you'd have to decide, is it worth $5,000 for a headache to go to the emergency room? Or could I go to immediate care for $180 and
the next day?
Well, or maybe the same day, but immediate care isn't emergency. Or could I call my regular doctor and go in there for $120 in a couple of days?
Yeah.
And that's the decisions that we make is, and what we've realized, somebody was asking me about it the other day when we weren't feeling good. And I was thinking, well, most of the time, if we go to a doctor for a sickness, like coughing or stomach ache or some kind of thing, they'll say, oh, well, it looks like it's a virus. Go home and rest in fluids for 2 weeks. And if it's still a problem, then come back. Well, why spend money to go find that out? And when you have to pay it yourself, you start thinking about those things and it costs everybody less money.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, Mike's getting me the comments and questions. Guys, our Dining on a Dime cookbooks are on sale right now, up to 40% off. For our Christmas in July sale, it ends today, guys. Christmas in July ends today. Volume 1 and Volume 2, totally different recipes. Just couldn't fit them all because this one alone is 600 pages. The other one's over 400. And then our gluten-free, dairy-free edition gets you in and out of the kitchen quick with easy recipes your family will love, and you will save money on your grocery bill. All right. Was that a good enough rant, Nathaniel? Did I go too far? All right, Tanya, looking forward to live tonight. The guy is coming to do her kitchen today. Hopefully he does a good job. 2 weeks without living in Clutterville. I was not okay. I'm excited but nervous as you don't know what you will find. Yeah, we decided, I decided, Mike is waiting for Mike's decision.
For what?
To go ahead and buy another new fridge. We'll see. Are you going to review the reviews?
Mike's hesitation is that
I understand.
The pain of having to experience the reaction to the bad refrigerators is greater than the pain of not having one. So
yeah. Oh man. Amazing Grace, how's everyone? We're getting tons of rain today. That is great. That is great. We are supposed to be cooling down this week, just in time for my birthday tomorrow. What's it supposed to be on my birthday? I'm so excited. I think it was supposed to be cool tomorrow. I got, yes, 81 degrees and rain. Happy birthday to me. I cannot wait. All right. Happy birthday, water bucket. I didn't know your birthday was the day before me, or maybe you told me. I forgot. I can't remember. Nancy, I've been watching Ryan Hall. Hope everyone is safe. I didn't know there's something going on. Oh, dear. Amazing Grace also says, love your hair. Thank you. I just washed and curled it today. Karen says it's gorilla shopping. Yes, that is what I do.
So I was just thinking, always be kind. Said if you're healthy, that's fine. It doesn't cover heart surgery. No, what we were talking about is the catastrophic thing that we have covers heart surgery. And if everyone had a situation like that, they would be covered, is what I was getting at.
So on our insurance, everything over $1,000 is paid, but you pay for all your doctor's visits, your well visits, and everything like that.
So basically, like if I started having some weird pains and they were doing some checking and they had to do some scans and I had to go back for 5 doctor visits and then I had to drive to another city and have a heart echogram and then I had to have various other things and it was all related to the heart thing, then it would be one thing. So after $1,000, there's no more cost.
Yeah.
Which is way cheaper than it would be for us if we had insurance on the government plan.
Yeah.
So that's why we do it.
And here's the thing. I don't care what anybody says. 95% 99% of Americans, even on Medicaid and Medicare, can save $1,000 for a deductible for that. Especially if you're working. If you're working, you can earn $1,000 in 1 or 2 weeks easy with just a side gig. So $1,000 is a nice, easy number that everyone could achieve. And yet, if you weren't running to the doctor for every runny nose, I mean, I'm not kidding. How many times people, keep telling us when we have just a cold or something like that, well, why don't you go to the doctor? Because it's a cold. They're going to tell me to wait 2 weeks and then come back in.
Well, not only is it expensive to pay for going in and having them tell you to wait 2 weeks. I mean, if you're a person who's like not in good health and a slight cold might kill you or something, then it would be worth going into the doctor regularly. But if you're an average person, if you could figure out, oh, this is one of those moments they're going to tell me go home and rest in fluids for 2 weeks and don't come back, then I'm just going to not waste time going into the doctor and save the money and not do that.
Yeah.
And then just go in if it seems like it might be getting to be more serious. Because there are certain things we know. If there's a fever or something like that, then we would go.
Yep. Michelle says my psych doctor is also a mom. She has ideas for colds, make your own popsicles, etc. Yep, exactly one. She said I don't have a mold, so I ordered one. Yeah, and you can find popsicle molds all the time at thrift stores too. Rose family, I shop clearance bin and sometimes get some fun surprises. Last week I was fresh blueberries, pancakes, coffee, waffles went on the menus, eating soft until next week when I get a crown. Oh, I'm so sorry. I know tooth problems are awful. Cindy, the bad news is I spend a lot of food, but we are out of debt. My husband says I'm better cook than his mother, more variety. I still try to buy items on sale. Very good. Suzanne, you can see
at least he's smart enough to tell his wife you're a better cook than my mother than to tell his wife my mother's a better cook than you. That would be like suicide for a guy. I can't believe some guys are dumb enough to do
I
that.
have to tell you, it was funny though. You can send me the next one if you haven't sent me two yet. It was funny the other day. I guess yesterday, the pastor did a thing on marriage at church. And I would say Michael passed. You passed very well with flying colors.
Oh, thank you.
Then we went to a garage sale after church because we were waiting for Jack to finish doing some of his volunteer stuff. And so Mike and I went to a garage sale. And I have to say, he's got it down.
Uh-oh.
We were packing the car and there was some things in there. And I was like, oh, I don't know. He's like, are you sure that's all you want? I think you might could use so-and-so. I think you could maybe use, are you sure that's all you want?
Well,
Thank you.
that was good wood.
Exactly.
Now, there were some things there that I thought, this looks like something that we might actually use. So,
Yep.
I even grabbed a few things. I grabbed a handful of hurricane ties.
Yep, you did. We got a whole bunch of screws. I record it for an upcoming video if I ever get the video shot. I'm sorry, guys. I am behind on my videos. I just haven't felt like doing it. And like this morning, last night, I got about $800 worth of plants for free. So I had to get them transplanted this morning. I dug them up last night from a lady that was dividing some of her stuff. And so I had to get them in pots this morning. So I did that. Only took me about an hour and a half, but I did that. Suzanne, she loves the cookbooks. She uses them all the time. Thank you. You can get them up to 40% off right now for our Christmas in July sale, last day. Elaine says, cute gnome hand towel. Thank you. I need to change it out. I keep forgetting to change it. Amazing says, it's good to see you live tonight. Thank you. I hope Tara has started feeling better. Slightly. I did oxygen and upped my thyroid medicine today, but I did oxygen just alone. How do I find an 10-liter oxygen concentrator tank for cheaper? Is what I want to know.
Tank?
Yeah. That's what I want to know. They're like $1,500. I saw some refurbished that were like $500. I could go that way.
It's basically,
But I sat and sniffed oxygen for an hour today, and I am feeling somewhat better, I have to say. Karen, gluten-free stuff is so expensive. Yes. Patricia, majored zucchini cake yesterday. That is in volume 1. And also livingonadime.com. You can find our zucchini cake recipe, and it is delicious. Delicious. And everyone loves it toasted with butter, she said. Yeah, that would be good with honey butter too. That'd be really good with honey butter. Wanda, I've had short spells where I got food stamps while working, divorced mom with 2 kids, and I'm okay with that. I truly am okay with that. But you need to be doing something for your part, or volunteer, at a daycare or something like that, or something. Cindy, Medicare is doing audits on hospitals. Doctors are finding Medicare fraud. We aren't hearing anything in the news, but it's happening. Oh, I believe it. I'm not surprised at all. Karen, it's for people in trouble, not for people who are trouble. Ha, that's great. Elaine, I just don't understand what the big deal is. Back in the 1950s era, didn't people basically pay cash to see the doctor dentist, or they would get a bill and make payments? Yes.
Well, really,
and that's what they should do now.
I think the idea of health insurance at the beginning was, oh, you have lung cancer. It would have been great if we had just had you putting money into a fund with a bunch of other people, and then it would cover that. So that's what they created. But it just, over time, it was like, hey, let's promise people more stuff for less. And eventually it got to be super expensive because people were going to the doctor for headaches. And I mean, it's one thing if you have chronic debilitating headaches all the time and you're going to the doctor to find out why. But if you're just going in there to get some ibuprofen, then go to Walmart. And mainly it's just so many things are covered that are even available over the counter or could be. So why? It's just people have this desire people would rather spend $30 at the doctor, but spend $2,000 a month than to spend $100 at the doctor and spend $500 a month. So they'd rather spend more to have to feel like it's less in the moment. It's kind of like car payments. People would rather pay $100,000 for a car instead of $60,000 because when they buy it for $60,000, they can get payments that make them feel like they're not spending a ridiculous amount of money.
That's ridiculous.
Yes.
Froze family is not free. Someone else is having to pay for it. Not by choice either. Exactly. Kimberly, there's a lot of people cheat in the system, and I think they need to revamp it so that more thorough checks are made. Exactly. Julie, nothing is free. Someone is paying for it. Yep. Mounting the Badlands. My husband became an incomplete quadriplegic 40 years ago. I worked in town. Family pitched in till he was out of the hospital. We raised our kids and expanded our cattle operation without government handouts. Exactly. Exactly. And it's like I was talking to a lady yesterday, and she asked me what I did for work. And I said, well, I'm disabled, but I said, I have a YouTube channel. And I said, it's great because like all this summer, I have maybe worked about 20 hours, maybe in June and July, the end of May, June and July. And we're still keeping everything going. But when I just don't feel like it, I just don't do it. That's why I'm behind on videos. But yeah, there are things that you can do. There are things that you can figure out. Like, I don't know how many people in our town that are having money problems of some sort or another, or lost their job or something. I'm like, start a YouTube channel. It's really not that hard. And especially in the over 50 market, over 40 market. But nobody wants to do it. And that's fine if you don't want to do it. I mean, you don't have to do it. But if you're hollering about money, it's a good way to pay the bills. Elizabeth, I was at the dentist and one of the patients in the next room was on Medicaid, but was talking about going on a safari trip to Africa. They can't be cheap. Don't travel if you can't pay your bills. Yeah. Yep. Lisa, thank you about type 2. We have a son that is type 1 since he was 9 and now he's 22. And he says first their fault. He says that if it's their fault and that his body just attacked his pancreas. And he's right. We have a really good friendly family that we know, and they have type 1. I've known actually several type 1s in my life. And I also know several type 2s in my life. And all the type 2s are overweight. I'm at risk.
She's not saying all type 2s everywhere, all the ones that she's known.
Well, and the majority of type 2s, it is preventable.
But
there are exceptions.
Small number of exceptions.
Very small.
But it's just not normally the case.
But you go to any doctor and they will tell you type 2 is preventable. If I don't get the weight off, and if I don't keep exercising, and I get type 2s, it's only my darn tootin' fault. Because I know I'm at risk. I have it in my family. I had it gestationally with my last kid. So anyway, Lisa, or Water Bucket, happy birthday, Water Bucket, again. July 28th is a great day to be born. Cindy, I talked to someone from Poland and they didn't understand PBS asking for money. I know, it's ridiculous. Well, and tell them you never told them the story, because I was going to have you tell them the story.
What story
I know, we got
them.
on something else. Tell them what happened when you went to go film that family and what's her name said about getting the shot.
Oh.
Because there was pizza boxes
shot,
and DVDs
my brain went
and
a
all
totally
that.
different place. Well, we were just long time ago when they were trying to talk about making it more affordable.
This is right before that thing passed.
Before they made it less affordable. A person came from Canada to work with me, and she was saying they were so glad to be out of there because their taxes were so high. But they needed someone to take over this show about medical stuff. So she ended up doing that at our station. And she said her whole mission was going to be to get universal health care. Well, here, I was like, you know why the taxes are high in Canada, right? She just could not make the connection. Taxes are high because that's what's paying for the medical. Like, doctors just don't work for free. People don't get medicines for free.
Do you think the machinery is made for free?
And so, anyway, but we were friends, and we were going out doing all these videos, talking to people who she was putting out feelers to talk to all these people that were in really difficult situations and were having like major catastrophes over this. And I told her, if somebody has an emergency and like whatever, at that time, they could just walk into the hospital and they would have to be treated. But so I said, I'm not sure I understand what the problem is. And because we had worked a lot, we didn't have health insurance for a little while at all when we were younger. And then we finally got ourselves to a position where we could afford it, and it was pretty affordable. And so only very few people really couldn't have afforded it at that time. But she wanted to do all these videos showing the plight of the people that can't afford it. And so we started going and interviewing people, and they were telling their sad stories and all that. And I'm not saying that some people don't need it, because I think there are people who are actually poor, like who actually have some sort of problem. And usually they're disabled or single mom, whatever, something like that. But these were just regular families. And so we went and we did probably 6 or 7 shows. And finally, one day we were at a place and she said, I just feel real bad because I'm trying to frame the shot in the way that you can't see the fancy vehicles and the
DVDs,
giant DVD wall and the big screen
52-inch
TVs.
TV.
And she said,
pizza boxes, Coke
I said,
was
well,
another thing.
If that's a big problem, do you think that we're being genuine and saying these people need this and it's just a disaster? And she's like, well, yeah, I don't know about these people. So then I said, well, what makes you think there are people like that if we haven't been able to find any? Because she's been looking really hard for like a year or so to try to find people that fit the description of the suffering person who couldn't get any kind of treatment. And she said, well, I haven't found any so far. And I said, well, what makes you think they're out there? She said, well, I don't know. I'm a bleeding heart and I can't stand the thought that somebody somewhere might be suffering. But I'm thinking, okay, I have this compassion for people, but I like to actually know that the people really exist. And we were the people looking for those people.
Yeah.
But when we would go talk to them, it was apparent that their problem wasn't that they didn't have money. Their problem was that their money was being spent in a way that was. Do you think I need to get that for any reason?
I don't know.
The problem with that was that their money was being spent on things that weren't urgent.
Yeah.
Do you want me to get it?
Well, they were talking about coming over, so let me. Yeah. So it's.
So, and at the time, we were spending our money when we had medical things. We would spend our money going to the doctor, but some of these people were spending their money on car payments for a really fancy car,
Coke,
and
pizza, all of those things.
And so it's kind of like, honestly, I was talking to somebody who was upset about not qualifying for low income something or other. But when I was talking to this person, I realized, how much money are you making? And when the person told me, I was thinking, that's a lot of money for one person. Like, I think maybe I figured out why you don't qualify. It's like, just because you spend all of your money doesn't mean you're poor. It means you have bad financial choices. Now, if you're disabled, you make $15,000 a year, obviously that's a different story. But if you're able to do something and you don't, that's really not an issue of other people's problem. What am I trying to say? There are so many people that we've noticed a lot of people we hear stories about, like Dave Ramsey, and they'll do interviews with people. And noticed that having more money doesn't make people have more money.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people that they make $100,000, but they think they're poor. And when I worked at PBS, there was a general manager at our station who he made a ton of money, but he always thought he was poor, and he wanted to vote to stick it to the rich. And I was thinking, you are that man. Like,
he was making over $100,000 25 years ago.
You're the person you're voting to punish. Just had no idea. Yeah. So anyway, didn't mean to get off on that big rabbit trail. But.
Aussie, our healthcare system is different in Australia. People think it's free, but it's us working people pay a lot for it in our taxes. Nothing is free. Exactly. Daniel says.
Well, and the thing is, when you pay it that way, you pay a lot more. Like if your taxes are paying for medical, you pay a lot more than if you are paying for medical with your own insurance that you pay for. Because when you pay it, it's there. When the government pays it for you, they just take a lot more money from you in taxes, and then they only give you half as much benefit as you would get if you just paid for it yourself. Mm-hmm. That's why we do it the way we do it, because we could spend a minimum of $27,000 to get anybody into the doctor at all on the insurance, or we could spend $180 for an appointment 20 times a year.
Yep. Daniel says, I paid $50 a month cash to go to my chiropractor once a month until they started accepting my Medicaid, but I'd rather pay the chiropractor than risk needing surgery. Just adjusted my budget. Very good. Barbara says, the media must think all rural residents are straight out of the movie Deliverance. It's demanding. I know. It's absolutely ridiculous. They think, we're considered rural. I have actually lived in rural areas. We lived in a town of 400. I had to go 70 miles each way for groceries. That's rural. And we had the internet when it first came out. Thank you for all the birthday wishes, everyone. For our health share, we have Zion is who we have. Cheryl, could you bring the refrigerator from downstairs to put upstairs? We could. The thing is, the refrigerator downstairs is a small top freezer refrigerator, and it's just really not practical. Not nowadays, not compared to what you have. And part of my problem with the refrigerator like that is I fell when David was a baby on the stairs and went to catch him so he wouldn't hit the stone floor. And when I did, I twisted my back. And so certain movements like reaching down into the refrigerator really hurt my back. So I try not to do things. So getting into a refrigerator and having to bend down like that a lot. I thought about bringing it up and putting it on a pedestal and raising it up possibly. Something like that could probably work. I don't know. I'll have Mike look at the one that Pistol said that might be a good one, and see what it says. Bonnie says, do you guys think a chest freezer would be okay outside? It's covered out of the rain, but I'm not sure if that's a good idea. If you live in a place where it's not super hot, it's fine. I know lots of people who have done that. But if it's super hot, like down south, then I probably wouldn't do it, because you'll be fighting the heat to keep it cool. Be better if you could do a basement or something, but if it's not in the south where it's super hot in the summer,
Yeah, refrigerators and air conditioners are pretty much the same in that they're moving heat from inside to outside. So like on a freezer, it would be moving the heat from inside to outside. And so the outside can only radiate as much heat off as it's hotter than the temperature outside. So if it's like 110 degrees in South Texas, that would be a problem.
Yeah.
But if you find the shadiest, coolest spot, it might be okay.
Yeah, it might work. And if it's
Don't
only
do it if you're in bear country.
Yeah.
Bears are smart.
If it's only for like a month or two where it's super hot, then it might not be, too bad. Leslie, happy birthday, Tara. Wishing you a great day. Thank you. Now that I'm getting into my older years, you're not going to dump me for some 20-something chick, are you?
Nope.
You didn't even hesitate.
Yep.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
This time, 31 years ago, we were engaged.
We were newly engaged.
Only 3 months after we met. What was I thinking?
You're like, I better grab one of this one before he gets away.
Oh, Shelly, I just ordered the gluten-free, dairy-free cookbook. My collection will be complete. Thank you. I tested every single recipe in here. I know they work. If something isn't working, you're doing something wrong, because I made sure these were working. And I had one lady, she emailed me and she said, the sandwich bread just isn't working. Your recipe isn't right. I'm like, no, my recipe is right. I know it's right. And she's like, no, it's not working. It's not working. So we kept going back and forth and going back and forth. She wasn't even using gluten-free flour. She was using whole grain milled some sorts of flour. Well, that's not gluten-free. And it's not going to turn out the same. But if you follow the recipe exactly, it will turn out. All right. Vicki, I'm practically dying before I finally go to the doctor. Most things, send me the next one, go away if you just take care of it yourself. Exactly. JT, don't the health share insurance have to pay up front and then you get reimbursed? I may be wrong. It depends on the plan. Yes and no. So it actually doesn't depend on the plan. It depends on your doctor's office and what they will do. So some doctor's offices, like if you're just going in for a cold, you're going to pay cash for that. But if let's say you're having a colonoscopy, the doctor will send you a bill and you can send the bill into the health share and then they'll send you a check.
Well, you can send the estimate in,
yeah,
and they'll pay it ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, they'll do a pay ahead of time for a lot of things, but I think it's kind of silly if it's like $100 or $150 to go through there's a lot more of a process to get them to pay it in advance.
Yeah.
So that's more designed for like big things that cost you $1,000.
Yeah.
Those things they can, like we could just submit all the documents and then they will look at the total, come up with how much it's going to cost, and then they will call and use a credit card to pay for us as if we were paying with a credit card. So
can you go make sure nothing's going on out there? Do you hear that?
It's just UPS.
Oh, it's UPS. Okay, no, it's fine. It just sounded weird, like he was hot rodding.
Like you go see.
No, it's fine.
We took the ramp out, so he's not jumping that UPS truck.
Yeah. Jay No More, I only go to the doctor if something feels wrong. Unfortunately, I have something I found. A few things recently. When it rains, it pours. Oh, I am so sorry. Hope you can start feeling better soon. By the way, I got my blonde chocolate today here. So thank you for sending that. Text me or email me and let me know what I was supposed to make with that, because I don't remember. I need to go see if I can find the email again. But I think there was some specific, I don't know if there was something specific, but my boys were like, Mom, we got to try it. And this stuff is really good. It's like between caramel and white chocolate, which is, those are my two favorites. Aussie, I've been following your advice for years and want to say a big thank you. We paid our mortgage off last week, totally debt-free. Good job, Aussie. Aiden, yay, I caught you live today. I logged into my son's account, but so happy to join in. Thank you. MJ, I can't believe I finally caught you live. Thank you. Donna, volume 2 arrived today. What should I try first? So I would try, I think the chicken curry is my favorite in here. And then the chicken Alfredo are my two big favorites. Let me see. Is that in here? I think so. Oh, the taco meat's really good too. And the 7-layer dip, that's Grandma's recipe. Ooh, my nose. Ugh. Well, I mean, that's every Grandma's recipe. That's like been around for 1,000 years. But the Chinese chicken is actually really good. That's my sister-in-law's. Right there's the chicken Alfredo. Oh, man. Oh, here's the chicken curry right there. Yum. I make the chicken curry all the time. MJ, I work in family practice. I was very abused by many, not all, but many. Yeah, it's very abused. I know, it's ridiculous. Cindy, how is the housing market in your area? Good, bad, or no change? Here, it's no change at the moment. So it's just about the same, thankfully. Sue, picked 20 pounds of potatoes out of one garden bed yesterday. That's great. Trish, I have both your books and I love, love, love them. Thank you. You are welcome.
Yay.
Deanna, love your
Thank
show.
you.
I'm retired or in. Type 1 diabetes is autoimmune. Type 2 is completely preventable and reversible with diet and lifestyle changes. Yes, 100%. Yeah, don't forget to check out, guys, our Christmas in July sale is right now up to 40% off all of our print books, including our price book, which I dropped on the floor and can't reach.
Telling me to get under there and crawl over there and get
it's
it for you.
okay. And you can get those on sale today up to 40% off at livingonadime.com. Valley Badlands, I told the story before. Went to school with a girl who brought large sandwiches for lunch, lived in tar paper sack, but her clothes were clean and mended. Tar paper shack, not sack. That's really poor.
Lived in a tar paper sack, is that what you
Yeah,
said?
that's poor. Yes, that's really poor. Thank you, Susie. Yeah, I got a new makeup. It's Laura Geller. I decided to try it, and I like it. I like it for shows, but I don't like it in person as much. But I've only been wearing it for shows, so I haven't tested it out in person really that well yet. What?
Susie also said this.
A long time ago, my husband jokingly said when I reached 40, he was going to trade me in for 220s. I told him he wasn't wired for 220. Oh!
Ouch.
Whoa! Touche! We personally know them, guys, so we joke around with them.
I do think it's funny when people say stuff like that. I think now that I'm older, I would feel like there wouldn't really be, I wouldn't be able to relate to somebody who was 20.
Yeah.
I mean, not in that kind of a way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Valley Badlands, hubby and I both grew up poor, no indoor plumbing, coal heater. Both our moms were great cooks. Yep, with huge gardens. We ate well. Yep. Deanna, I worked as a nurse for Kaiser in California for over 20 years. I remember when affordable health care got implemented, it was a nightmare. The cost of health care skyrocketed. It did. And this is where I can say I told you so, because before it was going, I was telling people this is not good. And yet they wanted free health care. It's ridiculous. It was nothing but a bunch of scam. Elizabeth, my husband is an orthopedic surgeon. Patients on Medicaid have a $3 copay. One guy said he did not have the $3 because he had to buy cigarettes. My husband made him give him the cigarettes. Very good. Yeah, I'm sorry. If it's known that you're smoking or you're drinking or you're not married and you're getting pregnant, Why are we all paying for this? If you're 450 pounds and you're on diabetic and you're on diabetes medicine, why am I paying for your diabetes medicine? Sorry, but you need to have a wake-up call. Half of this stuff is preventable that we have. It's not right that kids with leukemia are dying because they can't get medical care when they're paying for someone who has type 2 diabetes just because they're fat. Sorry, but somebody needs to say it. Nobody's saying it. Brooke, I was doing my Walmart order today and noticed that they now offer payment plans for them. Oh my goodness. I think this is a crazy option that will only lead to people getting themselves in more trouble. Yep. CC, I told my monthly food shopping bill is $1,200, not including fast food a week. CC, you have to stop that. You have to stop that. $1,200 is ridiculous for a grocery bill. On top of fast food.
Too bad we're not doing the grocery audits anymore.
$2,000 a month is probably what you're spending on food. That's ridiculous.
Wow.
Hi, Sierra says, I love small towns. Yes. Bernadette, did you send me number 4? I am unemployed. Unable to work, awaiting disability. Your channel solved all my financial and grocery problems. Thank you. You are welcome, Bernadette. You are welcome. Okay. Let me go over here and grab some while Mike is sending me the comments and questions.
4? There's only like 4 of them on there, but I'll send them to you. Hang on. Really be cruising.
Diane with Frugal with Danny says, as an Aussie, I paid $3,500 on my taxes for public health contribution on top of private health insurance, or that amount would have been much more because you almost have to have private cover. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, in a lot of places that doesn't really cover all of your expenses, the public system.
Daniel says, bottom line with this welfare moochers is nobody wants to take responsibility for themselves. They just want to blame everyone else. Yes, that's pretty much everything now. Pretty much everything. Susie, I'm old and I found out that I have a lot of aches and pains. I've been going to the docs, but I still have the same aches and pains. Waste of time. Yep, I'm right there with you. Thank you. Martina says, happy birthday. Thank you. Denise, your chicken recipes look fabulous. We'll have to try them. They are fabulous. Jack loves the chicken curry. You like the chicken curry, don't you?
Yes.
I haven't made that
the
for a while.
Oh, yeah, the chicken curry is amazing.
Yeah, I need to get the
chicken fried steak is amazing.
Okay, when we get a refrigerator, we'll celebrate with chicken fried steak. How's that?
Yeah.
So are you ordering it right now?
Oh, I see how you are. Well, somebody does have an occasion coming up. Here, honey, here's a frying pan for your birthday to go with the new refrigerator.
So on my Facebook thing,
I was thinking today, yeah, for
like
Father's
10 years
Day,
it came up that you got me a frying pan because I asked for it.
Actually, I have this hilarious picture that Jack and I took in the store.
Dave.
Was it Dave?
It was Dave. It was Dave.
No, I think you're meeting the one with Dave on the show.
No. Dave was at the store. It was on my thing today.
Okay. Well, I forgot the story I was telling.
About the frying pan for my birthday.
Oh, yeah, sorry, my brain needs to rethink where I was. Oh, yeah. There it is right there. That's Dave.
Yes.
It is Dave. Holy moly. Yeah, we were at the store with a couple frying pans, and Tara's going to show it. Is there anything on that page you don't want to be seen?
I don't think so. Oops, how do I find it, though?
It's the other tab. Is the Facebook
Oh,
tab.
there. Oh, aren't they cute?
So that's the story.
Mike was like, which one do I get Tara for her birthday? Because I wanted a frying pan.
Wow, that was
That was 10 years ago.
Wow, shocking.
Wasn't he cute? Oh, he's so cute.
I did think it was funny, though, that back in June, Tara said she had bought and sold all that stuff on Facebook Marketplace so I could get a riding lawnmower of some sort. And now we've decided, it's better to just push it for now and maybe forever. And so that I was thinking, now we can use the exact same money to get Tara a refrigerator for her birthday. Actually, it's a fridge for all of us, but nevertheless, I just thought
Yeah.
that was kind of amusing. It's like we can't get ourselves to spend the money on something. It's not that we couldn't get a lawnmower. It's just that we didn't want to spend the money on one that wasn't going to do the trick.
Yeah.
And I'm a little concerned about that with the fridge.
Susan says, not to change the subject, but yesterday we were driving and saw inflatable wind dancers in the cornfield. They were to get rid of deer and birds and thought of you using them. That's so funny you said that. Mike and Jack both said I should get, you can send me the next one, those inflatable guys
Just go ahead and get it up there.
and put them in our yard because of the deer and the deer. Oh, Michelle, do you want to be on TV?
Sure.
Come here. Look, our friend Michelle brought me something for my early birthday dinner. Okay,
Woohoo!
you want to see what it is?
Thank you, Michelle. Oh, it smells
Oh,
Hello, everybody.
thanks.
good. Ooh, is that your liver and onions?
There's liver.
Wow.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Happy
She
birthday,
loves
sweet pea.
liver.
She
And
is so wonderful. Oh, it's hot too.
Are those raspberries?
Oh, look at these raspberries, guys.
They're mutant raspberries.
No, they're
giant.
not.
They're huge.
Taste them. They're
No,
champagne.
What I meant by mutant is they're giant.
well, they are.
Look at how huge those are.
Oh man,
Aren't they good?
they're really good.
So hello,
Yeah.
everybody out there.
Go
This is
down.
Michelle.
I gotta come down. I gotta come
Go
down.
over towards Mike. There.
Should I go over here?
There. Say
Her
hi.
So her husband is Rob, who we
Oops.
borrowed the lawnmower from.
You know the Rob that always picking on these poor people. That's my other half. So
They're the ones that have the hyperbaric that I do.
Yep.
That I
So-
love. Getting me. Oh, thank you.
Well, yay.
Okay. Well, we're
look
gonna
at
go.
that.
I'm gonna eat this.
Lisa, hi, Lisa.
See, everybody saying hi.
Oh, Rob's on there.
Yeah, he is. He says, "Watch out, she's coming."
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't see
You're
the
very
warning.
welcome. Happy birthday.
Yum. Man.
Nice.
Do
There
I
you
get to
go.
celebrate early?
Huh?
I'm
I
celebrating
know.
early.
Oh, is he saying 3 adorable people? Oh, I
Aww.
count 2.
You're adorable too.
Aw.
Oh, you're so sweet. There we
So
go.
wonderful. Yes.
Yay.
Ah, thank
So
you.
happy
All right.
birthday,
Yum.
and
I'm gonna
you have a
enjoy it.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
And I'm going to head on out.
Okay.
We'll talk to you guys
Thank
later.
you
Have
for bringing
fun.
it by.
Welcome. Like being on. We'll see you guys
Bye.
Yeah. Jack's getting some
Thank
highs
you.
too. Oh, yes, see you, Michelle. Jack is the third adorable one. Hey, all right there. I knew it, Tori.
That's funny. Oh my goodness.
I wasn't saving them because you were reading them off.
Oh,
I
sorry.
just copy and paste.
Let me go back up here. Oh, that was so nice of her.
Yes, that was.
Man. Stephen, they may have seen it as pre-existing condition from the past, or probably they denied it. It's still cheaper than Obamacare. Must be talking about someone.
He just said he
being
was
able to-
denied by Medishare
Mm.
for something, but for a colonoscopy. But he said it was some. He thinks it was for a pre-existing thing. But overall,
Yeah.
it sounds like he's still finding it to be cheaper. Although
It
Medishare
is.
was one of the more expensive ones. If you like a lot of options, they have it.
Uh-huh.
If you want something that
Yeah.
feels a lot more like insurance but is cheaper, then they're good.
Yeah.
But where we've the ones we've tried to do cost less in general, but also cover less things.
Yeah. Badland says, Susie, have you tried deep tissue massage? I go twice a month and my aches and pains are usually alleviated. If she's talking to someone else, but I used to get massaged once a month and I loved it. We just haven't had the money at the moment because we were trying to pay off the house. Steven or Turid, happy birthday. Thank you, Turid, for the happy birthday wish. Oh, it's my birthday in Norway right now.
All right. We should go to Norway and celebrate with Turid. Where's Turid's comment? I didn't see it.
Right here.
Oh,
So keep us updated on how your husband
How
is
Uwe
doing.
is.
Yes. Michelle, I'm working with a dietitian to lose weight. Yep. Jane O'More, $1,200 for food. Yep, that's a lot. Trish, $250 for urgent care last March, but I needed it. Meds in hand upon leaving and 3 scripts with discounts for $75. Otherwise, haven't paid for healthcare in over a decade. Very good. Yeah, and like here, we have a really good urgent care. The guy's an ex-ER doctor. got mad at the hospital and started his own practice. And everyone in town is so thankful because when his big pinky toe is hurting, he can go in and have it checked, right?
Who's big pinky toe?
You. I'm just saying, whatever's hurting.
Yeah.
We can afford it because it's only $100.
What did I go in there for?
Where's your wrist, I think?
Oh, it's some kind of an injury that ended up going away. He told me it would probably just go away. So I was like, okay. So I went home and it did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now Rob's telling me that liver and onions is on its way. It smells so good. Space Girl. Hubby and I budget $1,000 a month for all normal expenses, including pet chicken feed. Very good. Wow.
Nice. Oh, hey, with CC with the 1200 though, if you, I know you've been pretty excited since you've kind of been checking in on the live shows and stuff, but if you just follow a lot of the stuff that Tar's been talking about, you can get that to easily. Well,
yeah.
I mean, you can get it to $100 per person, but I don't know how many people you have in your family, but probably even if you were more than $100 a person, it'd still be a lot cheaper than where you are. So I would just follow some of the tips that Tara shares, especially things like buying things only when they're on sale and, not buying from the list like today's thing, but instead looking at what you could get for less and then making your menus based on that sort of thing.
Yeah. James says I need a queen crown for my birthday. I actually have one. That I got, Mom and I got it. Was it last year? I got at a yard sale, so as a joke, I wore that. Jay No More, I'm having trouble gaining weight. Oh, that's not good. I hope they find out what's happening. Please keep us updated. Susie, do you remember when Obamacare mandated health care, and if you don't have any, you had to pay a penalty? I didn't have any for 2 years and didn't pay a dime. Yeah, I remember that, and I was ticked. Man, but we didn't have it. We still didn't get it. Why? Because it was cheaper to pay the penalty than to pay for the health insurance. It was ridiculous. So,
we didn't end up paying the penalty.
No, but I'm just saying when we made the decision to not get it, that's why, because it was cheaper. Deanna, as a new RN in 1996 in rural California town, we were mandated by the county to give every teen mother who was on medical a birth control device before they were discharged home from the hospital. Wow. I mean, in one sense, I can understand. I don't think you should be forced to be doing that stuff. But at the same time, if you're not going to be responsible, we're going to force you to be responsible. I totally get that.
I think the main issue is if you reward people for doing it because the government's going to pay for them, then they'll do it all day long.
Yeah.
So
Sue says, I have several of your older videos pop up on YouTube. One was hiding a cookbook in a park. Oh, yeah, that was like 8 years ago. The other was Dave making cheeseburger rolls. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, is it cheeseburger rolls? Oh, there's another one with Dave when he was little that's been super viral for a long time.
The fudge.
The fudge. Oh, yeah.
Wanda, what did my friend Michelle bring me? Liver and onions.
And
my favorite, and champagne raspberries.
They're supposed to look like that, but they are huge for raspberries.
They're really good.
They're quite a bit bigger than raspberries.
I was going to go over and pick some last night, but I had to go get plants instead. Aiden says, watched a great movie this week on YouTube called Finding Normal. Features Candace Cameron. And it was funny. We should do that.
Yeah, I'll make a note of it.
CC, deep tissue massage is what I need as I'm in constant pain from truck versus bike accident, and I was the bike. Oh, man, I am so sorry. Oh. Ow. Valley Badlands chili and cornbread for dinner tonight. Liver definitely tomorrow. Oh, yeah. We have a really good chili recipe in our Dining on a Dime Volume 1 and a white chili in Volume 2 that is super good. Woo-hoo. I won first place at a chili cook-off.
Oh, that was a really delicious one.
Yes.
That's really delicious.
And Deb agrees that Finding Normal is a really good movie. Very good.
We like Candace Cameron Bure.
Diane says, I'm late tonight, but just want to say hi to everyone. Sure, you're going to be done soon, but I'll listen to you in the replay. Thank you for everyone who goes back and listens. Cece says her grocery bill is so high because she doesn't budget. No, it has nothing to do with budget. I don't budget. It has to do with what you're buying. It has to do with self-control. That's what it has to do with. Nathaniel, $1,200 for groceries is outrageous. $200 is usually my max for food for a month for myself. Yep. She says, I've done better with groceries, used to coupon, but just haven't been budgeting lately. There you go. Get on the ball. Go for it. Sunny days, I live in Rhode Island, and the food prices are astronomical here, so it really depends on where you live. Yep. John, I'm a mom of 7, and we budget $1,000 for all groceries, household items, and I'm starting a price book thanks to you and hope to cut it back a bit. I also want a cookbook. It's eye-opening. Thank you. I am so glad we have been able to help.
That's awesome.
Jane O'More, waiting for blackberries to ripen outside. Oh, maybe we should go to Idaho and pick blackberries and have a memory.
We should go to our old house and say, hey, guys, we used to live in this house and this was okay. Oh, yeah, wow. Oh, by the way, can we have a start from the raspberries?
Those were good raspberries.
It would be kind of cool to replant our same ones from way back then at our new place.
Yeah.
So it was funny, actually. We lived in this little house in the town in Idaho that
we actually lived in a little house on the prairie.
it was a tiny little, it was a small little house, and it had been painted purple. The younger people called it the Barney house at the time, but it had these wood shake shingles on it. It kind of looked like an English country cottage. And
it was cute.
At the time, though, it was 850 square feet, and it had been added onto twice to make it that big. And one time this old guy came and he said, oh, yeah, wow, I used to live here when I was a child. And I think we weren't quite sure at first, but then he was telling us stories. Mom and Dad raised 12 kids in this house, and Dad was a blacksmith. And like, whoa, we were finding blacksmith tools as we were gardening, like homemade blacksmith tools out in the yard.
A screwdriver and a hammer.
They were like, it was like a piece of metal that had been hammered and forged into a shape that was like a screwdriver. It was just amazing, the stuff that was there. But it was cool to hear him talk about it, and also to think how their family raised 12 kids in that house. And here was just us and 2 kids. And I think, did we have the 2 dogs at that point?
Yeah.
And that we were feeling pretty tightly cramped in there.
Yeah.
Although we had a lot of furniture. We had a lot of furniture that was looking forward to this house.
Yeah. Martina says, preach it, tired, no matter what topic you go off on. I love it. I have to chuckle. I am so fortunate that I was raised by parents that know how to spend their money wisely and taught the kids to work and save. I watch you and your wonderful husband, Mike, and your lovely mom, Jill, for entertainment, kind,
Oh, thank you.
and lovely Bible study Q&As, and the occasional kick in the rear, which actually puts tears of laughter into my day. You all are the best. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. Wow, that was real nice. Sue's usually shop with a list of loss leaders and other deals that I know are good because I live by my price book. Thank you. Yes, we only have a few copies left of our price book. We haven't reordered yet because I was thinking about ordering, but I keep forgetting actually. Lori, I placed my order for the price book and 4 cookbooks, one for me and each of my kids. So excited. I may not be able to wait until Christmas to give it to my kids. Yeah, that's funny. Give it to them for a Labor Day present. How's that?
For what?
A Labor Day present.
Oh.
Yes. Jane O'More says it was a surprise moving to find the raspberry and blackberry patch free fruit. Yep. I'd rather pay for single moms to have a baby than to off the baby, Lynn says. I agree with you on that. Yeah, that's why I'm torn, because yes, I would rather do that than to have them kill their baby. I get that. I totally understand that. But there has to be some sort of accountability somehow here. And so I don't know what that is or how it should be done. And unfortunately, maybe that's just part of life that, some of these things you just have to deal with, like with Obamacare, that you don't want to. But, that's the way it goes. So, all right. Christmas and July sale, up to 40% off right now. Livingonadime.com. Easy recipes to get you in and out of the kitchen quick. The green one is our gluten-free, dairy-free. Then volume 1 is the red and volume 2 is the blue one. Have a great night, guys.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Tonight's the last night of our sale, so go grab it. Nathaniel says your videos are mostly for entertainment for me, but I still learn a lot and get great tips. Thank you, Nathaniel. Have a great night, guys. We will see you
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yep. Bye.